Hey Professor, this is John Davis from Group 2. We are working on Companionly, and this is my demo video for Sprint 4. I'll start off the demonstration with showing off two of the main features I worked on during the sprint. Here you can see me going through the login process for a user that already exists. What you're seeing is the live web page for the stuff we've already hosted. After I log in, you can see the user is prompted to go through an onboarding wizard that Ryan has worked on. Once we click off that, we can see the home page that I've been working on. In the past sprints, we've added this little mental health questionnaire that you see here. In the top left corner, you'll see a little rewards point tracker for a thing we've called companion lead points. Whenever a user performs certain actions for the first time per day, they are awarded 10 points. Also, I'll show off some of the code, but we are doing this by having a reward service that adds points to a field in our user table. Right now, it rewards a user for logging in for the first time of the day. We're planning to flesh this out a little bit more in the last 2 weeks to award points for doing other actions like visiting other pages, tracking a mood, replying to forum posts, etc. I also plan to probably add a condensed version in the header so that it's visible everywhere in the app, and we will try to get to where when points are rewarded, it ticks up to the new points value. The other feature I worked on during this sprint is the new library feature we have. The library is composed of chapters corresponding to different mental health disorders. After a user clicks on the disorder chapter, then they have the option to read articles, do exercises, or watch videos. At the moment, there are 5 articles for each subchapter, meaning there had to be like 72 web pages created. This really wasn't hard to do, it was just more so tedious. I probably only coded about 20 web pages and then was able to copy and paste and then make adjustments to the others. In the last 2 weeks of the course, we plan to finalize the content and actually curate what we have in there. So now that we have a good look what the user sees, let's go over some of the code. So we're back in the Google Cloud platform. First, I'll show you our user table within the studio, and you'll see here that john1@mail.com currently has 0 points. After logging into the application, the reward service is called within the login controller, and if the has not logged in for the day, which this user has not, then they will be awarded points. As shown here in the studio again, this user now has 10 total points and a last login reward date recorded. Now we're back in IntelliJ to go over some of the code created to get the stuff working that you saw in the app. First, I'll go over what was created in the companion lead points. In our user class, we added fields for points and last login reward date. I created new classes for a reward service and the corresponding code that checks whether or not a user has already gotten the login reward. Future methods will go here for other award methods. In our login controller, I had to call instance the reward service and then evoke the reward login method. Our application was initially set up in a way that the reward service would not activate in time for the model to display the updated value. So I had to work around that by creating a custom login success handler that makes sure that the login controller is handled and then the front end result for that. I also made minor changes to our web security config. The library is just composed of a bunch of static pages, so that was pretty simple to put together. I created a library controller that located the corresponding article for the web page that we wanted in our library. I'll scroll through them here, but it's all basically just locating the HTML in our library layout folder. I won't go through all the code for the library, but as you can see here in the project structure, we have like a hierarchy of web pages that's organized the same way our library is. With that, we're done adding new features to Companionly. We'll spend the next 2 weeks tying the features together, delving further into security, and documenting prior to our final presentation. Thank you for watching, Professor. We're looking forward to showing you the final product. Thank you.